So, good morning. Okay, we have already completed the three parts of vocabulary. Let us recall. So, first, uh, we tried to know the importance of vocabulary. Then, the ways to improve vocabulary. So, we have listed nearly 4 or 5 ways. So, out of which we learned how to use a dictionary, how to improve our vocabulary using a dictionary. Then we learned some root words and prefixes and suffixes is another way. And now the another important way to improve our vocabulary is knowing the one word substitutes. So in this session we will know what one word substitutes are, and we will have some exercises over it. Okay, now let us go for one word substitutes. Now look at the slide. I hope you understood what a one word substitute is. It is a word that replaces a group of words. Instead of writing a group of words, we will write only single word to convey the meaning. So such words are called one word substitutes. Why are they useful, one word substitutes? Because they save time. Instead of writing 4 words, 5 words, sometimes 8 to 10 words are also there. We are, instead of writing that explanation, that those many words, we are writing it with a single word. So that's why it saves our time and energy. The most important thing is it adds beauty to the language. Okay, you look proficient when you use one word substitutes, because if you write the, it looks as if you are writing the meaning if you are not writing the one way substitutes, and it looks very simple in the written form. That's why instead of writing the meaning of something in 5 to 6 words, you can write the same thing in a single word, and it looks that you are proficient or you are profound in that language. So for that, you, and it adds beauty and conciseness. The another most important thing is conciseness to what you are writing. Okay, it gives briefness, beauty as well as brevity. Two B's, remember, beauty and brevity to the language. And another most important use for the students is useful in competitive examinations. In the competitive examinations, like bank POs, okay, and staff selection commission exams, for such kind of exams, English is also tested. The proficiency in English language is also tested. So there is a chance of asking one word substitutes, or if at all in the passage, if the word comes, you may understand the meaning of it, and if you know the meaning of that single word, you can understand the passage. So that's why for reading comprehension also it is useful. So that's why this is in our syllabus, and let us know some important substitutes, one word substitutes. But to know, there is a long list, lengthy list of one word substitutes. But in this class, we will look at some important one. Okay. And see, I will explain you. This I have given a small list. This is a very small list. First is agenda. The first word is agenda. A list of items to be discussed at a formal meeting. When there is a meeting, before the meeting, we draw out what to be discussed. Okay, so that list is called agenda. Anthology. A published collection of poems or pieces of writing. Okay, when there is a law, there are, for let us think, a poet writes 100 poems or 120 poems. So these are published in a single book. Okay, so it is a collection of poems, or maybe it can be not only poems or pieces of writing. So that published collection is called anthology. Anarchy. A state of disorder due to absence or non-recognition of authority or other controlling systems. So anarchy prevails. Anarchy means first disorder due to the absence of a authority order. If there is no authority at the top, if something is absent there, if the authority is absent there, then disorder prevails. So that kind of disorder is called anarchy. Or non-recognition. See, for example, let's take a king is there. He is ruling a country, but people revolt and don't recognize the authority of that king. Then we can say anarchy is prevailing in their country. Atheist. A person who disbelieves or lacks belief in the existence of God or gods. Okay, a person who doesn't believe in gods. A non-believer of God, a person who does not have faith in the God. So that you can say for this, atheist. So the opposite for that is theist, Theist. That means a person who believes in God. Right, let's go for the next slide. Bibliophile. A great lover of books. A person who loves books, loves reading books, is called bibliophile. Biblio means book. Phile means lover. So that means a lover of books. Chronicle. A factual written account of important or historical events in the order of their occurrence. So, see, what is a chronicle? It is a written account. This you have to remember, written account. Something it is in written form. What is written in this? Important or historical events. It can be historical events or some other important events in the order of the occurrence. Okay, in the chronological order they are written. So that's why it is called chronicle. Contemporary. Living or occurring at the same time. So, if two actions or two things happen at the same time, we say that they are contemporary. Or else living at the same time. Let's take Gandhi. Okay, let's take Nehru. They both lived in the same period. Okay, so that's why don't think of friends here. They both lived in the same period. So we can say Gandhi is the contemporary of Nehru. That's the meaning. Now next is drought. A prolonged period of abnormally low rainfall leading to shortage of water. Okay. So if there is no rainfall for a long period, there will arise a shortage of water. That is called drought. There is another word in English that is called famine. Okay, famine. Here it is more famine is more severe than drought. Here also there is no occurrence of rainfall, there is no production of food, okay, due to lack of agriculture, and there is a scarcity of food. Okay, so that is famine. So famine is more severe when compared to drought. Here in drought only there is a shortage of water. In famine there is a shortage of water, there is a shortage of food also. Now let's come to the next one, edible. Something that is edible is fit to be eaten. If it is fit for eating, then we call it as edible. Let's take the coconut oil. Do anybody eat coconut oil? Yes, people eat coconut oil. So that's why we call it edible oil. Edible oil. And we make many kinds of oils. Like, there is a plant of citronella, we call it. Citronella. It's a kind of grass. Citronella grass. So we make oil from that citronella also. But that is not edible. We are unable to intake that oil. So that's why we call it inedible. Okay, that which is fit for eating, it is edible. Epitaph. A phrase or form of words written in memory of a person who has died, especially as an inscription on a tombstone. Now, what did you understand by this? So, what did you understand by this? It's a group of words written on the tombstone. Okay, you know what is a tombstone? If somebody is dead, we bury them and we will mark the place and we will construct with cement and everything. It is called a tomb. Okay, something is constructed on it and with cement. So there we lay a stone. Some people write the name of the person who is dead. So that is a common way. But instead of that, some people, the poets and all, they want to make special sentences or special inscriptions on the stone. So that is called epitaph. Epitaph. So let us take the example of Keats. Okay. So on his tombstone, Keats, he wanted to be inscribed these words. Here lies whose name was written in water. It is on the tombstone of our kids. Okay, when he died, he said, after my death, you write these words on my tombstone. So they are written, they are inscribed on the tombstone. So that is called epitaph. Fanatic. A person filled with excessive, irrational zeal, especially for an extreme religious or political cause. So a person filled with excessive irrational zeal, he has excessive zeal more than the normal, okay? Then irrational, there is no rationality in that thought. For extreme religious or political cause. So he is totally, either it can be religious one or it can be a political cause. Let us think of Subhash Chandra Bose. Remember, he is not a fanatic. Okay, here you have his behavior was very rational. He wanted independence. So that's why he is not a fanatic. Okay, and that's why the word irrational is very much compulsory in the word fanatic. If it is rational behavior, we won't say the person as fanatic. Okay, so the behavior should be irrational. So I gave you the example of our Subhash Chandra Bose. He has an excessive zeal for political cause, but that cause is rational, so he is not a fanatic. And let's take the example Aurangzeb. He has extreme zeal for religion. He killed the people who were non-Hindus, and he had no tolerance for any other religions. So for Aurangzeb, we can use the word fanatic. He was a religious fanatic. Okay, that's the thing. Now, infallible. What is infallible? Incapable of making mistakes. So, a person who doesn't do mistakes is called infallible. So generally, there is no person in this world who is infallible. Okay, if you want to become an infallible, you must be a superhero then. Okay, right. And that means a person incapable of making mistakes. Insolent, unable to pay debts. Okay, a person who is running out of debts is called insolent. He has lot of money to be paid as debt. Mercenary, concerned with making money. Something that is related with making money is mercenary. So all the activities, okay, that's why we use the word merchant. Merchant means a person who is business, a person who is used, who does the business for making the money. So that's why he is a merchant, and the activities are mercenary activities. Notorious, well known for a bad quality. There are two things to be noted here. One is a person well known for a bad quality, a person well known for a good quality. Well known is something well known. Okay, even in for the famous, you write the synonym well known, but there you need to write well known for a good quality. Okay, there are two things, well known by two things. People are well known by two things. One is of bad quality and the one is of good quality. A person who is known by the bad quality is notorious. Let us take there is a Virappan. once he used to be a big criminal. Okay, he is known for bad things, that so that's why we used to call him a notorious person. Okay, known for something bad. A criminal, he is a notorious criminal, that means well known for the quality. If he is known for a good quality, he is famous. He is a famous architect. Okay, we can say famous businessman. So these are all good qualities here we are mentioning. Then here there is a list of two words below. Look at those words. They look very similar, but they are very different in meaning, and there is a confusion when you write these words. Omnipotent, having unlimited power. If a person has unlimited power, we say omnipotent. And omniscient is having unlimited knowledge. Okay, having unlimited or complete. Generally, this complete for people, there may be something that may not be known. So that's why better use having unlimited knowledge. He has got a lot of knowledge. So one is omnipotent, the other is omniscient. In the first case, it's power. Potent, P is for power. You need to remember, in the spelling there is for potent, there is a word P, and P for power. So in that way you can remember also. Omniscient is having complete or unlimited knowledge. The next is optimist. Looking at the brighter side of the life. A person who has hope on the life, he is called optimist. For this, there is another word called another opposite word. For optimist, we have an opposite word called pessimist. Pessimist means he looks at the darker side of the life. Okay, always he takes the negative attitude of the life. So that's why that is the pessimist. The opposite of optimist is pessimist. Polyglot, one who is proficient in many languages. So one who is proficient means has a skill of knowing many languages. Then we say a polyglot. Teetotaler. So a person who never takes alcoholic drinks. So such kind of a person is called teetotaler. Veteran. Someone who has a lot experience in a field. Here field means area or the discipline, like music, science, art. Okay, that's the discipline here, not our field, agricultural field here. So a lot of experience in any field, in a single field. So such a person is called veteran. Again, there is a small list. Spendthrift. A person who wastes money. Okay, wastes, he spends unnecessarily. So such person is called a spendthrift. Peregrination. A long, slow journey, especially on foot. So if a person takes a long and slow journey on foot, we call peregrination. Loquacious. Talking a lot. We can say talkative. Talk unnecessarily. Okay. Iconoclast. One who attacks established or cherished beliefs. A person who opposes the already established or the beliefs in force. Such a person is called iconoclast. Maxim, a short statement expressing a rule of conduct. So it is a very brief statement, very short, and it expresses a rule of conduct. So now remember the lesson Polonius advised to his son. In that lesson, we told that there is a list of maxims. You remember the maxims: neither a borrower nor a lender be. Okay, loan oft loses friendship. Okay, so like this, there are lot of maxims in that. So it is neither a borrower or lender be. So it means, that means don't borrow, don't lend. Okay, everything, the meaning has come. And there is another, brevity is the soul of wit, that we have used in that lesson also. So brevity is the soul of wit. It is also a short statement, or you can say maxim. Now let us go for that was some explanation, some a very small list of words I have given to you. Now look at these words. There is a column A and there is a column B. So match the one word substitute in column A with their meanings in column B. Try to match, take your own time, okay? Now look at the answers. Here are the answers for you. Museum, a building in which objects of various interests are stored and exhibited. So museum is a place where objects of various interests, it can be religious, historical or cultural, so all the objects are stored, they are kept and exhibited, they are shown to people, so that is called a museum. The another word is observatory. It's a building, or you can say place, where an astronomical telescope or other scientific equipment. In the observatory, all the equipment related to astronomy is kept for the study of natural phenomena. Okay, why this is kept? For observing the natural phenomena. They observe the natural phenomena from that building by using a telescope or other scientific equipment, so it is called an observatory. So recently a lunar eclipse has occurred, so that there you might have observed in the news that from the observatory the phenomena is observed, and the scientists are observing it from the observatory. So that's something we heard it, so that is the one. Sanctuary, an area where birds and animals are protected. A area where it's a big area where animals and birds are protected. Here poaching is not done. Poaching of animals is prohibited. Killing of animals is also prohibited, and it is a punishable offense. Gymnasium, a room that has equipment for physical exercises. So it's a room where equipment is kept for physical exercise like running, weightlifting and all other, okay, bodybuilding, all the bodybuilding equipment you can say here. So in short, this is called gym. That gymnasium is in short called gym. Monastery, monastery is a building occupied by a community of monks. So in the monastery monks live, okay. The living place of monks is called monastery. Now look at another one, match the following. Now look at the answers. Feast, feast is a large meal on the day of a celebration. We are celebrating, and on the particular day of celebration we arrange a large meal. Such meals are called feasts. Okay, whatever the kind of celebration it may be. For example, reception. You go for a marriage reception. It's a feast. Brunch. A late morning meal eaten instead of lunch and breakfast. So what is brunch? It is a combination of two words, lunch and breakfast. So it is brunch. Breakfast, BR from breakfast and UNCH from lunch. So that is brunch. So it's a late morning meal. Generally we take breakfast early in the morning, okay, and lunch in the noon. But instead of taking here, in between if we take, so lately we take before the lunch, then we call it a brunch. Banquet. A formal meal for large number of people. So here in banquet it's formal. Very formalities are looked upon, and we can say official meal. So for a large number of people. Breakfast. This is the first meal of the day. Early morning, early means in the morning. We take some food, so that we call it breakfast. Supper. A light meal in the evening. So the evening meal is called supper. The afternoon meal is called lunch. Fast. To eat no food for a period of time. So people, we say he goes for fasting, he went for fasting, Gandhiji went for fasting, like that. So to eat no food, we won't take any kind of food during the fast. So eating nothing is fasting. So for a period of time, remember. So for example, from morning to evening I am not eating. So that means I am on fast. For 3 days I am not eating. I am on fast. Let's look at another match the following. Do this exercise also. Okay. Now look at the answers. The first is sojourn. Okay. A temporary stay away from home. You went somewhere, you are staying there temporarily, we call it sojourn. Voyage. A journey in space or sea. The journey in space as well as in sea is called voyage. He went for a voyage, we say. That means either he is going in space or sea. Pilgrimage. A journey to a holy place. We go for annual pilgrimages, okay, many times. Cruise. Sail about in an area without a precise destination, especially for pleasure. So for enjoyment, without any destination, we are moving, we are sailing or moving on water, then we call it cruise. Okay, only for pleasure. Here the most important thing is pleasure. The other is expedition, a purposeful journey by a group of people. So this can be for war, okay, and we can for any purposeful journey. So such kind of purposeful journeys are called expeditions. Okay, uh, for war or for any uh, scientific inquiry. So, Antarctic expedition we say. That means the people have gone for a purpose to find out something about Antarctica, Antarctic expedition. So that's why any purposeful journey. Okay. Now, write one word substitutes for the following. Okay. Now let us look at the answers for those. Now, what do you call a person who treats uh, diseases by performing operations? He is doing an operation. So such person is called a surgeon. That which cannot be seen. Something that cannot be seen is invisible. A person who cannot read or write is an illiterate person. And a person who hates mankind is called misanthrope. So, the opposite word for misanthrope is philanthrope. This I think we read in anthrope, root words. Okay, this word has two words we have read in while reading the root words. Okay, anthrope root words. Okay, remember that. So here leave it. Here my name is one word substitute. So a person who hates mankind is misanthrope, whereas a person who loves mankind is philanthrope. Then the other is fit for something, fit for drinking. So if the water is fit for drinking, then we call it as potable water. So anything fit for drinking is potable. Okay, that's now write the meaning for this. Okay, it's a very easy exercise for you. Write the meaning. Autobiography. What is the meaning of autobiography? Life history of a person written by himself. This is most important. Written by himself. He himself wrote the life history. So that's why it is autobiography. Auto means self. So here a biography written by self. Pandemic. Now this is the what you say, we are going across this, we are facing the problem. A disease prevalent over a world or a country. So if some disease is prevalent throughout the world, we call it a pandemic, or all over the country, we call it a pandemic. Feminist. A person who fights for the rights of women. Here are the answers for you. Okay, I forgot. A person who fights for the rights of a woman is called a feminist person. Now, garage. A place for keeping cars. The place for keeping cars is called garage. Study of origin and history of words. Etymology is a study of origin, how the words have come, how the words originated, and the history, how the words are through the history, how the words have long been used through the history, and how they have been transformed. So that is etymology. So with this short list of words and exercises, we complete here our one word substitutes. Thank you.